You're welcome back again to our channel, Data Gym Center. I think you got quite familiar with this dataset already, so we've been using this right from the beginning of this tutorial. So we are using the dataset called athlete events. So it is a large dataset. It's about 260,000 observations. It's a data set of the Olympic events for the past 120 years. So we are using this large data set. There's a lot of messy information in it, so and that is pretty much what you should expect in nature. In the real world, it's only in your imaginative world that you would think that data must be clean before you can analyze them. I mean that before you can bring them into SAS. Okay, data in the real world is messy, so you need to just use SAS. I think that's one of the reasons you would even elect to use a SAS in the first place. So it's to clean up your data set, to do your analysis. So we will be using this data set. I've already imported the data set, so I don't have to go through all the steps again. So let's just print the first 5 observations of that data set. So when you come to this, you see that we have only 5 observations printed. So this set, we have the ID of the person, the name, the age, the sex, the age, the height, and every other thing until up to the medal, whether the person receives a medal or not, and what kind of medal. Is it gold? Is it silver? Is it bronze? They are all in the data set. If you look here, you will know that height is supposed to be a numerical variable, but here we have NA, we have numbers. Weight is supposed to be, here we have numbers. This one is understandable. The medal can be gold or whatever, so this one can I mean, this one is not a problem here, but these ones are problems. So to see the problem, let's just do something. Let's just run these PROC contents. So you use your PROC contents to check the contents of your data set. So when we use the PROC content, we discover that this is a character, this is a character. They are supposed to be numerical as the age is here, so we need to fix that. So that's one of those reasons we need what we are going to talk about today. So today we are going to be talking about this where statement in SAS, how to use it efficiently, and in what situations warrant you using this kind of statement, such a statement. So you know, one of those things, before I jump into that, I just want you to understand some of the symbols that we use alongside this where statement. One of it is this equal sign. Okay, equal sign. So you see, you have equal, you can either use this or you use this. Okay, they are both acceptable in SAS. I mean, when you use the where statement. So we have another one is not equal to. So you have this tilde, not equal to, or NE. Okay, not equal to. So NE. Okay, so let me just type it here. Not equal. So not equal. Not equal to. So I think I blow it up. So okay, so this one is equal to, equal to. Okay, so not equal to, equal to. The next one is greater than. You see, you use a greater than sign, or you use a GT, so which is greater than, okay, GT, we use this less than sign, or guess what, LE, so which is less than, and the next one would be greater than or equal to, or greater than or equal, less than or equal, and in. So we have greater than or equal, okay, so which is you can either use this or you use this, okay, greater than or equal. So the next one would be less than or equal, or you can use a less than, oh sorry, I made a mistake here, so here should be LT, not it's less than, okay, this one is less than or equal, okay, equal. So with this in mind, we will just take that plunge into what the where statement does and how to use it. So just have these notations in mind, okay. The first is equal, not equal, greater than, less than, greater than or equal, and less than or equal. So another one that we will come across is the use of in. So let me just put it in quote, in. So if you use it to select multiple values, okay, if you use it to select multiple values, so I see. So remember this, okay. So remember we had a problem here where the height and the weight were character and not numerical as we expected them to be, so we need to look for a way to convert them back to the numerical status. So one of those things we can use is the where statement. So I want to import this data set, okay. One of those things to do, either we can okay, let me just do something. So let me do something. No, okay, let's continue. So first I want to eliminate the NAs, okay. I want to remove all the NAs, so let's just print out the data set so that you can just have an idea of what I'm talking about. So here is the data set, all these NA not available or missing data set data, I want to eliminate them. So if for instance I'm going to be using this height and weight, then I have this problem. There are a lot of ways to deal with your missing data set, but this is a large data set. It's about 260 something thousand, so you may decide to do with the missing data set if they are not too much, or you can find a way around them. But for this example, we are going to just remove them. So what I'm saying here is this: I want to import, I want to create a data set called clean1, and I want to use this already made data set that we have here, which is Olympics, and the condition I'm passing is that I want you to create this data from here, but this new data, I don't want the weight to contain NAs, I don't want the height to contain NAs, okay. Do you get that? So first I need to just comment this one out. We will run this code and you just have an idea of what I'm talking about. So you see now, see what we had here initially. We had NAs here starting with some folks. So what this one does is to remove the entire row that contains the NA, okay. It removes the entire row that contains the NA. So especially where in this case you have age can be can be an outlier. This 90 something can be an outlier if you have young people. A lot of young people doing more of the participation than the old people. So that is not our concern, but most important thing is just that we want to find a way around that character variable. So we did that, and here we have it. So now our height and this doesn't have, and the weight doesn't have any NA anymore. But the point is that doesn't make it numerical. So when we run this, you'll see what I'm talking about. It doesn't make them numerical automatically. Okay, it doesn't change the fact that they are still character. So we need to convert them to numerical. So one of those ways we can do that, let me uncomment this, is we need to I want to create a new variable, okay, and just multiply the variable weight that we have already by 1. Remember, this is the new one that we have here without the NS, and this is the new one we have here without the NS. Okay, so what I'm just saying is that whatever I have here, this new variable that I have here, this here, I want you to multiply it by 1. Multiply it by 1. That should convert, and then I want you to give it a new name called GTS, okay, which is the weights. And okay, let me remove the S. So the weight and the height, okay. So you can do whatever you can rename them much later. So so remember the where statement. Remember we just used the not equal to here. Okay, we use the not equal to, so we mean I want a data set that doesn't have this for the weight and doesn't have the NA for the height. Okay, now that we've specified this, multiplying this, we want this in numerical form, or I want the data to be numerical. So we need to we can just highlight this entire code and run it, okay, and then we'll see what happens. So now we see here that, okay, let's go to our, okay, now our weight and height are now in numerical form. Okay, the other ones that we had here were removed, and I removed them by using this statement drop. So I want to drop the columns that contain it. So if I remove this column, if I comment this one out and I run this, I will still have those old weights that are character variables still hanging around. So since I don't want them around, I just want to do them, and to do that I drop them. So now we are free. Okay, that's our first exercise. So using the where statement. So the first exercise is to first use the conditional statement not equal to weed out or to remove these NAs, and then we multiply what is left by 1 to get what we want. So now we have a clean data set. Okay, now we have a clean data set. So here is our data, once again is clean. So for instance, let's do something else. Let's subset again. I want, so okay, should I, okay, let me just continue to use this instead. So now I can add another, okay, no, okay, let me just create a new one. So I want, remember this is our new data set that we are we'll be working with now. We created it from Olympics. Now we have a clean data set, so we are going to be using that. So we, for instance, let's just have a look at this data set, and see what we can get from here. So what are the, okay, let's assume we need information about okay, let's say the kind of sport that is shooting or that is sailing. We only want the sport sailing. So how do we do it? We only want this. So we can just come down here. We want to create a data set for sailing. And remember, we want to use this data that we just created, clean one. So we just pass the where statement and then specify what you want. Okay, where sport, you remember, see it here, where sport equals sailing. So it only captures the sport that satisfy that condition. So where sport equals sailing, remember, put this in quote, and then we're good to go. So we just run, and then let's copy this down. Let's copy this down, and the print statement. Now our new statement is our new data set is sailing. Okay, because we are only interested in the sport sailing. Okay, so let's run it and see what happens and see. Okay, yeah, this one has 0 observation, so we're spot. Oh, I made a mistake. Yeah, I instead of the sailing that I copied earlier, so okay, let me just copy this. Let's have a look at how it is coded here. Also, it starts with a capital letter, so I can just copy this over. Yeah, it has to follow that syntax. So I said spot equals spot. That is really not what I wanted to do. So and one thing I can also just copy down here is I want to put it here, something that is yeah, it's valuable to clean up this space. I don't want too much stuff there. So now let's run our sailing. Now let's go to the log. It tells you how many observations. So about 4,863 observations are sailing. That doesn't tell us how many years or these, but we just understand because that's what we want. So we can now zero in whatever we want to. So everything here will be sailing. You see, the spot will be sailing here. So by using the where statement, you can do a lot. So what about if you want information about okay, let's come back here. Our data set here, we want okay, let's print the first 50 observations. What do we do? Okay, we want to print the first 50 observations just to have an idea of what. So we have the spot shooting, or you want okay, let's do something else. You want the city, sports that took place in any of these cities. So let's say we want Montreal or Munich. Okay, let's say Munich. We want Munich. So what we do here is just to do the same thing, where city equals Munich. So we come here, and so you can do this. You can add multiple arguments, conditions. You can say, okay, I want only sport. I want only sport sailing, and also where the city is Munich. Okay, that will kind of trim it down a little more. So where or here is and okay, and so and city equals Munich. Sorry, so Munich. So remember what we had here, we had 4,800. so by passing an additional condition, we will trim down this data to only sailing that takes place in the city Munich. Okay, let's run it again and you see what I'm talking about. Let's go back here before we even look at this data set. now we have only 300 observations. So only 300 observations fulfill this condition. Spot of sailing, and that takes place in the city Munich. Did you get that? That is interesting. So you can do the same thing. You can just say where these and these. You can pass out, you can pass many arguments, so long as they are logical. So what else can you do here with the where statement? So you can, for instance, you're interested in only females. You see the sex, male and female. You're interested in only male or female that does this sailing. Okay, you can do it in two ways. Okay, you can, okay, let's just do it the way we and where, and okay, we already specified the where sex equals remember what we use for the male, so male or female, okay, or F, M or F. So now remember here we had 310 observations that fulfill sailing and the city Munich. So now we want an additional information about men that participated in this sport. So that's where we had it, men, where sex is equals M, and then let's see how many people we got. See, all this will be male. So it appears that all those who participated in the sport are men. Okay, so because we have the same number of observations as we have as we had here. So let's say we pass the letter F, which is for female. So I think we shouldn't have any observation at all. So no observation at all. Okay, 0. So it means there are no females participated in that sport. That is interesting. So let's go back to our data set again. Let's print this. So let me just comment this one out now that we are done with the PROC content. So I want to print out again this data. So I want okay, I want people within age 70 and above. Okay, I want people with age 70 and above. So what I will just do here, so for instance, I want people with age 70 and above that does this these sailing. So I want to be sure, I want to know how many of them are strong enough to do that. So I will just say where age is greater than, so you remember, greater than, or you can use GT or the greater than sign, greater than 70, where the age is greater than 70, okay, or greater than or equal to 70. Or you can use GE, remember what we use here, greater than or equal, or you use a greater than, so or you use this, or you use greater than GE. So you either use the symbol or you use the letter. So let's run it. Here there are no old men participating in the sport. Okay, so let's capture it again. Between age 30 and 50, how many people actually participated in that sport in that age range? Okay, so we want age, this age, what, age 30, where age equals 30 in the base, in the most basic form. Okay, or between a certain age range. Okay, where age is 30 or greater than 30. So okay, let's just say we say greater than 30. Is it greater than or okay, greater than or equal to 30? So let's just let's put it this way: greater than or equal to 30, and age 2 is less than or equal to 50. Okay, less than or equal to 50. You get it now? So we want age range between 30 and 50 that participated in the sport here that took place in the city of Munich. So I run this. You see now? So it gave me some so out of the 310, most of them were between age 30 and 50. Now I have about 157 observations that fulfill that criteria that I set. Okay, so you can do a lot with the where statement. As you can see, we have been doing a lot with it already. Okay, so now for instance, if you want to do something, for instance, you are interested in okay, let me just comment this out. So you are interested in capturing information about the sport called shooting. Okay, shooting and sailing. So we have two sports here. You are interested in shooting and sailing. How many people were involved in it? So we can do that, capture that with this in statement. Remember, we've used this, which is this, we have used this greater than, we have used this, we have used this. Okay, we are going to be using this in statement now. So where remember what we are going to use, what we are interested in. We are interested in sport, where the sport in, okay, where the sport in here means where the sport contains, okay, where the sport contains. So where the sport contains, okay, we need to pass this. The first one is sailing. I close it, put a space, and the second one is shooting. Oh, sorry. So I'm interested in this and this, shooting and sailing. So if you're interested in more of the sports, you can keep adding them. Okay, in, okay, where this in. So let's run this. Now sailing. Okay, let me just rename this as sail and shoot. Okay, so it's a new data set because I'm interested in capturing more of that. So sail and shoot. So let's run this. Let's go back. Let's come here first. How many people? About 12,000 people were pulled out that participated in both sports. Okay, yes, about 10,000. So if you look here, to be shooting and selling all along. So here are the events that took place. So this is shooting mix small bore rifle, sailing mix 2-person kill boat, and things like that. So remember, we are interested in this. What about if we are not interested in these two? We don't want them to appear in our data set because maybe we feel that we don't need them now. Maybe in the nearest future analysis and future analysis we will need them. So what we just pass is nothing but just adding a not here. So you see now that SAS is pretty much like you talking to someone. So where sport not in this. I want you to tell me, give me information about data set that doesn't have the sailing and shooting in it. So when you run it, you want to see how many people have that. So if you check the spot from beginning to the end, you won't see sailing, you won't see shooting, because we have used this step here, not in, to eliminate this from the entire data set now. Okay, so let's come here to see how many people didn't participate in those two spots. So it's about 194,000. So that's it. Remember, we use, okay, let me just let me duplicate this so to make it easier. So we're in here, we're in selling, we want selling, okay, and shooting. So here I just duplicate this. Here we do not want selling and shooting, so that's pretty much what it does. So you can cancel out one, just cancel out this and run the other, or if you want to run this, you can cancel out, you can just comment this one out and run this. So that's all we have for this other one here. So to just wrap this up, I want to mention briefly something that may be of interest to a lot of us. If you are looking for patterns in your for instance, you can say, okay, I'm looking for information. Okay, another thing there is we are missing. Now I just comment this one out. So now if you look at medal, you still see the NAs in the medal. Okay, so I want to know how many of these medal, how many people actually didn't get the medal. So how many of them didn't get the medal. So here I will just say where medal, okay, is equal to, okay, so where medal equals NA. So that tells me how many people didn't get the medal. So you see, so let's come here. Oh my god, that's out of 260 something, a whole sum, huge sum didn't get the medal. So we assume that they didn't get the medal, or they got it, they never got their names into that list or into that database. So whatever the case, but this is the number of people without a medal. Okay, let's say we want the number of people with gold medal. Good. So now we want the number of people that actually got the medal. How do we do that? Here is the number of people without medal. So how do we get the number of people with medal? So to do that, we just copy this over and then just change the, okay, I think I made a mistake. Okay, now we just change, okay, I just comment this one out. To comment it out is either you use your Ctrl Shift and this / to comment out. Okay, so to comment it out, Control, sorry, to comment it out is Control / this to comment out. To uncomment is Ctrl+Shift /, okay? Or to comment out, you can just add an asterisk here right in front. Okay, you can comment it out. That is easy to remove. So for this purpose, let's just add the asterisk here. So now with meta, now we want people with meta. So how do we get that? Okay, now we just do what we did here, not equal to NA. So we don't want any body without a medal. So that's just pretty much what you do. So let's run it and you see. Okay, so now if you come to the medal column, you see that there are no NAs anymore. There are silver, bronze. Okay, so probably you have gold too. So let's go to the log to know how many people actually got the medal. So we have about 30,000 people got the medal, whether they are gold. So now we know that 30,000 people got the medal. So let's see how many people got the gold medal. How many people got gold medal? How many people got silver? And how many people got? So now we want to know. Let's comment this one out. So now we want to know how many people got gold medal. Where medal equals, okay, where medal equals, so they just say EQ. Inside here I put gold. So how many people got the gold medal? So now I have gold here under this column medal. Okay, so that tells you how many. That tells you we only selected for gold. So let's go to the log. The log, we have 10,000 people got gold, and let's see how many people got bronze. So we can comment this one out. Comment this one out and uncomment this. So how many people got bronze? So equals to bronze ZE. Okay, let's go. How many people got bronze? So we have bronze, you see, you know, we have all bronze. So let's go here. About, remember here is about 10,167. Here is 10,148. So the difference is just a few number of people. So now how many people got yeah, okay, let me comment this out. So how many people got, I'll comment this. So how many people got silver? See, here will be all silver. So let's go here to see how many people got silver. It's about 9,000 people. 866 people got silver. So they are pretty close. So the number of bronze is closer to more. I mean, yeah, closer to number of gold. So that's it. This is number with gold, the number with silver and bronze for all those games, for all the 120 years, for both male and female, and things like that. Okay, so that is pretty much what we have. So the next thing here is to just find patterns. So for instance, I'm interested in ball, you know, I'm interested in a game ball. So any of the games that is ball. So here I can just comment this one out. Oh, sorry, comment this one out. So I'm interested in a game ball or event ball. So I can just come here. Where is it? Okay, here. Let me print only 5. I just want the column. So I want event or game with ball. Okay, anything here that is ball. So that's what I want. or for instance I want all the names starting with this Hilda. So all the names starting with Hilda, I want all of them, or all the names with Hilda, any name with Hilda or any name with Phillips. Okay, whether it is starting hit or whether the name is in the middle, or whether it is the surname, okay, whether it is the surname, whether it is the middle name, whether it is the first name, or yeah, the last name is the surname. So how do you set that criteria? So let me save this code. I want to save it into our folder. So I want to save where statement. Okay, so we saved it as where statement. So if we are interested in capturing games that are ball only, that involves ball, whether basketball, whether volleyball, whether any of those games, football, we can do that by saying sport, or either using this or using this. So the sport can appear anywhere, the ball can appear anywhere. It can be here, it can be here, it can be here, it can be here, wherever it can appear. So I mean, we'll capture that. So to do that, we are going to be using the where statement again. So to do that, we can just say where. Okay, let's use event. Oh no, let's use sport, where the sport is ball. Where sport. Okay, where sport. So we are going to use like. I forgot to add like here. Okay, like, not like. So it's like the in and not in. Okay, here I forgot to say not in, not in. So we have in, not in, like, not like. So now we are going to say, we are going to use the like. Okay, so what I'm saying here is that I want something like, you know, a pattern. So we use a wildcard. So we use the % sign as a wildcard, and we can also use an underscore to say, okay, fill in the blank, or fill in the blanks. So in this case, we say where sport, like, we have parentheses, we have a single quote, where sports like, okay, let's say we use let's say we use ball, and then we use a % sign. Oh, I didn't end this. So what this does is to see anything that is ball, that starts with ball. Okay, anything that starts with ball something. So, or I can put this here. So anything that starts with ball. So let me clear this. So now let's run this and see what we got. So if you look at the sport here, you see baseball, handball, softball, and a bunch of other things. So let's come here and see how many of the games are actually balls. So we have 16,000 games that are actually ball. Okay, that is just one of those steps. So we are saying that we need anything that starts with ball. So ball is a wild card, anything that starts with ball. So, but let's say it doesn't start with ball. Let's say it just contains ball. So how do we go about that? So it can be, and it doesn't start with ball, it contains ball, and it can be in any of these positions. It can be in any of these positions. So how do we go about that? So what we do is just to, let me just duplicate this so that okay, I just push this one down here, and then I just add another wild card here. So I mean anything that contains ball. This one is anything that starts with ball. Here is anything that contains ball. Oh, sorry, anything that ends with ball here. Okay, because we put this before. So anything that ends with ball. Another way to look at this is this. Okay, let's say anything that, you know, a single value that has ball attached to it. So let's see that, and before we come down here, okay, let's see what we are able to gather from there. Here we had 16,500. Let's see if we get anything. If we get values more than that too. Nothing. So we can't. There's nothing that satisfied at our criteria. So let's go back here. So let's comment this one out. Here we are. Remember, we have 16,000 for that because we have anything that ends with ball. Now ball can be in any of the positions, so using the same column for spot. So I'll just bring these, just highlight everything and say I run. So now I have baseball, handball, and the rest. So I want to check whether we have more. So it's the same thing. Okay, so most of those statements actually end with ball. So there's nothing that has like bolu or bolan, whatever. So that's it. So for instance, we can use this for finally, just hold on for a minute. We can actually use this for a name. Remember, we had a name Phillips. So we had Phillips here as a name. Phillips can occur anywhere. It can be here, it can be in the last name, it can be the middle name, it can be your first name, whatever. It can be your first name, it can be your surname, it can be your middle name, and that, in that order. So we want to capture Phillips now. Whoever bears Phillips, whether it's in the middle, whether it's attached to something, we want to capture Phillips. So here we just change it to a name, like, okay, just put Phillips here, or Philip. Is either Philip or Phillips. Okay, so let's see how many people are Phillips, or how many names contain Phillips. So you come to names here, name here, you see Phillips. Okay, so let's come here to see how many. About 102. So let's do something where let's just put an underscore here and see what we can get. So whether we have something similar. Okay, we have some output. We actually have some output. So we have Phillips. So let's check again. How many? It's only 64. So so now I hope you get I hope you understand. So let's make it a little less stringent, because when we say Phillips, so if it contains Philip, it will be eliminated. So let's say Philip now. So I think it's going to capture Phillips as well. So let's run this. You see, we have Phillips. So Philip Peter, you see, the name Philip will be eliminated because we specified, we added an S here, a S here. So let's go to log. Remember, the first one was around 60 something, I guess. The second one was I guess a fewer than that. So let's see what we get here. 209. So 64 was the second, so the first one was 100 and something. So this one is 209. So name like this. So if you don't want a name like Philip or Phillips, you can do the same thing. You can just say and add this. You can say not like Philip. So you will see more than how many names do not include Philip. Okay, it's about 205,000 names do not include Philip. Okay, not include Philip. I close it. So that's all. I hope you enjoyed it. So if you have comment, if you have questions, just pass a comment, and if you have any suggestions on how to improve these videos, we welcome such suggestions, so you can comment. So please, I want you to subscribe to our channel. I want you to click on the notification button so that you can get the videos as soon as they are uploaded. I want you to also share our videos. You want to like them and share them. So enjoy, and see you in the next tutorial. Thank you.